Oh, and Emma joins us now. That just looks, I mean, that's the dream for me.
It was absolutely incredible.
Absolutely
I loved
incredible.
every single second of it. Even when I watch it, I've seen it a couple of times now, each episode, but even when I watch it, I cried when I was there. I cried when I saw, like, I know when I get and I watch it again, I'm like, oh, babies, they just made me cry. Like, I love it. It was just a dream come true.
So what sort of training did you have to do?
I had to do my full MCA training. So you train on the job. So you do kind of like written work and classroom stuff before you start. And then you get on the ward and you train there and then. So 12 weeks in total. And you just kind of do it as you go. It was amazing. So I learned how to take blood. I learned how to do manual blood pressure. I learned how to do breastfeeding support. Just everything.
So you qualified now?
I am an MCA.
No!
I got a certificate.
So if someone was in labour right here, right now...
No, I'm not a midwife.
But would you know...
There's a big difference.
But would you know what to do?
No, I'd be terrified. Midwives know what to do. And I think if you've been... There are plenty of MCAs that I worked alongside that have been there for a very long time, who would be fantastic midwives, but I am very much a novice. So... But I'd feel very comfortable assisting and watching and being there. So if you ever have any more, give me a buzz.
Always pays to have a backup plan, doesn't it? Eh?
We all need a plan B.
We do.
Absolutely.
So the thing is that with a lot of this, and I'm sure that people will watch it and think, I'm sure you'll explain, but when the crew go home, often the presenter goes home as well, and so that's the end of the day. Thanks very much indeed, everyone. We'll all meet tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning or whatever. You did the shifts.
Yeah. I wonder what you're going to say. I did. I worked the full hours that an MCA works during the whole period. And, you know, it's interesting that you say when the crew go home. The crew only went home when their shift finished, but another crew came on.
Yeah.
So there was a crew there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the 10, 12 weeks that we were there. So even when I wasn't on shift, they were still filming women who gave consent and having their babies. So there are lots of births in the show that I wasn't there for because I wasn't at work that day.
Yeah.
But I did 13-hour shifts twice a week, 8-hour shifts twice a week. So I worked 4 days a week, did night shifts. My whole point in doing the show was I'm not doing it unless we do it properly.
You want to live
and I want to live and breathe it and do the actual role. I don't just want to turn up, see a birth and go, thanks very much, I'm going home now.
Yeah.
I want to do it. I want to train properly and I want to walk in their footsteps 100%.
Absolutely.
And I did, and I loved it.
Obviously, you loved it, and it looks amazing, and bringing a child into the world is fantastic. Yeah. What was the worst part for you?
The worst part was the episode, actually, that's on Monday, and that is part of your training is bereavement training. So, and it's the one thing that I think none of us want to think about, right? When you think about babies and birth and you're pregnant, we all just want it to go swimmingly and end with this beautiful bundle of joy. Yeah, and it's the unthinkable, it's the, you know, unimaginable. I'd never want to kind of let my brain go there to think about, but it's part of your job and it's part of your training, and you have to know how to deal with it if it happens. So so that was the thing that I dreaded the most, but doing it, I got so much out of it because, you know, you don't realise how much of a support you can be in that situation. So you get an incredible amount back from doing it.
That is a tough place, a tough room. And as you say, though, what's lovely to take away from it is the support you can actually give.
Absolutely. Even if it's, they said, you know, sometimes, you know, the mum or the dad or the family, whoever, they won't want to talk, but they'll just want somebody there. Or they may just decide that you're the one that they feel comfortable talking to, and you will be the one that they just have that connection with. So it was just good to learn as much as you could.
How did you fit it all in? Because you've got your own children.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, you've got 3 kids, 4 including Matt. So how
you know him so well.
How does that work with the schedule? A big brother and all of that?
Yeah, we cleared everything. So we finished The Voice and we had, you know, a 3-month window until Big Brother was starting again. Thankfully, Big Brother started later as well this year. So it gave us even more of a window of time. And I just said, like I said earlier, if we're going to do it, we have to do it fully immersive.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to do anything else at that time. I just want to concentrate on that, do it properly. And because, you know, if you do 3 back-to-back shifts, you sometimes don't see kids for 4 days.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of think about seeing your family as well. So, but again, that gave me an insight into why lots of people decide to do nights. I always thought, well, why would you choose to do nights? Oh my God, I don't think I could live back to front. But it just works with so many people who have young families.
Families, yeah.
And did you faint?
I did. No, I did.
We read that.
I did, yeah. I wanted to experience everything. So even when we weren't filming, I was still working, and I was shadowing an MCA who was running in theatre to a post-birth repair. And I was 50% really up for it because I'm into theatre and bodies and stuff, but 50% apprehensive because I had had a very similar experience with my first birth. Yeah. So I went in and I was kind of there watching, and the woman was like, "You're brave." And I went, "Is it all right? Do you mind?" And she said, "No, you do whatever you want." We weren't filming it, obviously, because she was non-consenting. And it was one of those things where I was watching and I could just feel myself...
Reliving?
Going. Oh. No, not reliving. Just at the time, I didn't know I was reliving, but I just started to feel a bit dodge. So I thought, right, I'm just not going to look, and I'm going to listen to the girls and what they're telling me and how they're teaching me about what they're doing. But it was one of those things where I just couldn't stop looking. And then stars happened, and I said to Sarah, the MC I was with, I went, "I'm going to go. I don't feel great. I'm going to go." She went, "Get out the back door." And as I ran out the back door, she was next to me, and I said to Sarah, "I think I'm going to go." And the last thing I heard was, "Sit down." But I didn't sit down. And I woke up and just saw Crocs in front of my eyes. And I was like, but you know when you're like, what's happened? But when I was out, I was in my kids' school playground picking up my kids. It was the most bizarre thing. So I must have had this very quick dream. Yeah. And I was in my kids' school playground, and I heard what I thought was a teacher calling my name, but it was actually Sarah shouting, "Emma, Emma." And she said, "You were proper, like, foaming, eyes rolling."
What? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
They got me in a bed. I was written up on the board as a patient. No, I had to go to A&E. I had to have an ECG.
No!
My blood's done. Yeah, well, it's health and safety.
Well, foaming is never good for anybody.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, Phil, I said at the beginning, if you're going to do it, you've got to do it properly.
Yeah, fully immersive. A fully immersive faint.
Yes.
Maybe it was the Crocs.
It might have been.
What it was.
It might have been.
Just very quickly, because you mentioned Big Brother and fitting it all in. Very emotional the other day. Last one after all of these years, and you wrapped it up. Is it being picked up by another network? There was talk of Netflix. I mean, has it gone?
Yeah, well, do you know what? I don't know. And that's hand on my heart, 100%. I honestly don't know. I've kind of asked, and they've gone, you know, we're talking to people, and people are very non-committal at the minute because I think people don't know that.
But wherever it went, you'd like to do it?
If it happened, and I'm one of those people that's like, in a perfect world, it would be amazing. But until we get there, nobody knows. Nobody knows who's going to make it, what they're going to want. Do they want new presenters? Are they going to scrap it and start again? Who knows? And depending on what changes they made, it would depend on whether I was there or not. So
well,
we will see.
Might be busy with the babies.
I mean, who knows?
Delivering Babies is Monday at 10 on Channel W. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's lovely to see you.
Thank you very much.